Dear friends, this is story 5. So one day, Bruno came to Alfred or Freddy, so about to help him, but that day Bruno was quite distressed, and then he explained to Freddy by saying, "This can't go on. I want to help. I want to pass on the good, the divine, selflessly, and I will not and cannot take any money for it. I don't even have enough to be able to buy a stamp for an important letter. And what are my closest fellow workers doing behind my back? They don't get anything done. They just get whatever they can. And because this is done in my name, they are also burdening me and cutting me off from the divine power. And I'm sorry, Freddy, but I cannot help you today." And at the same time, Freddy's auntie basically said in their heart, "Oh my God, he is such a good person," and then allowed himself to be so exploited by the others. Why doesn't he define himself though? And because Bruno has special ability to read people's thoughts, or I should say the thoughts come to him. And Bruno basically said they all run entirely of themselves, utterly cold. If I interfere, I will be taking their free will from them. But by doing so, I will take their guilt unto myself, and I will not do it. So basically, this story saying, so even a very helpful and powerful person, and then Bruno, so he's able to heal, all the healing powers come to him. So he's able to help 20,000 people or patients with severe disability to restore their health within hours. So the person like Bruno is so powerful, even him can be cut off from the divine power if there's so many people done the evil things in his name. And this remind me, so lots of churches, and they always say, "Oh, do this and that in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name." I don't know what do they mean. Do they mean good or bad? I hope they mean good. So if they did so many evil things, okay, out of the whatever the reason is, out of the ignorance or out of the basically the evil intentions, if they say everything, if they do everything, every evil in Jesus' name, that means they burden and Jesus too, because you're doing the right thing, you're doing the wrong thing in Jesus' name. And they're saying the greatest sin is the sin we committed in God's name. So that's basically what it is. And then another important point here, and Bruno said, if I interfere with people's evil doing, so I'll be taking their free wills from them. So it's very important, as humanity or every human being is created by God with free will. So whether we choose to be good or to be bad, so it's entirely up to us. And this remind me, quite a few years ago, I have a co-worker, and he's from Africa. And when I mentioned God, and he got really angry, and he said, "Don't mention God, the name of God, to me, because I have I lost many friends in the violence, in the war. So I don't believe in God. Why God didn't protect anybody?" So basically, what he's saying, well, God has the responsibility to protect okay, to protect like the every human being. So in that case, there'll be no death. Okay, why people has to die? Okay, so fundamentally, it's human being itself has committed crimes. So if one person does crimes and then the other person suffers, and then why you expect God to help you? You can always pray, you can always ask for the divine intervention. Sometimes, often the case, like if you ask sincerely, and then things will happen. And we always have divine protection, but like we don't know, but like we are unconsciously cut off ourselves from the divine protection. Basically, we become angry, anxious. Okay, so to have a connection to God, it's more like you have to basically like you calling somebody. So if you call somebody, you need to remain on the phone. Okay, once you turn the phone off, so you cut off the connection, you cannot call the person anymore. So you cannot talk to the person anymore. So the question is, how do we always remain connection to God 24/7? That is a big question for every human being. And often we get into this blame game. So, okay, so because somebody like hurt me, because somebody took my money, because somebody has done this and that evil thing on me. Okay, so and then why it always happen on me? Okay, why God didn't do anything? Like why he didn't protect me? Why he didn't protect my family? Why he don't give me this and that? Okay, so the question is, we're gonna always ask ourselves, why should we expect at the first place? Okay, yes, you have your mom and dad, so you always expect your mom and dad to give you money. You always expect your mom and dad to do things for you. Is it a right expectation? You can ask yourself a question. Okay, everybody has free will. We created by this way, and God is bound to the free will of humanity. Okay, so God do not lie. If we willing to do evil, and then God is bound to the free will, so why we should expect God to intervene? But why we don't expect ourselves to make the things right at the first place? Why don't we expect ourselves to do good at the first place? Why we always expect others or other force or God or whoever, so basically do things for us? But why can't we do things for ourselves to begin with? Why can't we just help ourselves to begin with, and then we can help others? This is happening in this world. Like I live in Australia, and I go to work. It's always somebody expect somebody else to get the job done. Okay, so not 100% cases, but lots of time it's like that. So if we always expect somebody else to get the thing done, nothing will get done at the end of the day, because it's just simply a wrong attitude. And again, we have free will, and then it's our choice. Okay, it's our choice to do good or to do bad. And then I hope you make the right choice, dear friends, and always do the good. Okay, so and then at the end, there's another very important point is Bruno said, by doing so, by interfere with other people's free will, and then he will take on other people's guilt onto himself. So basically, this is only very simply tell you the law of karma. So you do not interfere or force care somebody. You do not interfere with their free will. Okay, but interfere with their free will, so you bear the consequences. Everything has a price, so everything has karmic effect. Our thoughts, our words, our actions. Often we just do not pay attention to these. So, and then things or so-called bad things happen on us. We don't even know why. We just simply call bad luck. I'm sorry, there's no bad luck. Whatever the situation you're in, you have created for yourself. okay, because of what you are. So take responsibility for yourself, and then things will improve gradually. Peace.